All right, it's 6 o'clock. We'll get started. Welcome to the call, Forex for Beginners. We do this call once a week, and basically, we want to highlight any areas that may help you out on your trading journey. There are there's a ton of education happening that I'm so excited about. We have Epic and all of the live classes throughout the week. Be sure to look at your calendar in the back office to help you keep track of everything, as well as the calendar for the week is posted mostly on Sunday nights for the week. And what you can't catch live, fortunately, everything is recorded and uploaded normally within a few days in the back office. And then because we're under Coach Max, we have access to Dynasty Exchange, which is the combined group of Coach Max and Ryan DeFreitas. And so there's a full schedule going on with education there. I think Sham is doing his trap class that started at 5. I love his 10-20 smooth moving average scalping strategy is what I'm using on a daily basis. So lots of good education coming from there. And then because we're under Domo, Impact Over Profit, we have a full schedule as well. So lots of classes, lots of ways to help you win. We're going to keep this call to about a half hour because there's so much going on. So we want to give you some knowledge, some tips and tricks, and send you on your way. So before I forget, this class will be recorded and posted on my YouTube channel. Normally by in the morning, I'll have the class posted and I'll post it in the Telegram as well. So if you look in the Zoom chat, and I will post it again to make sure everyone has access to it. Okay, so I just posted the YouTube link for my channel in the chat. That's where this class and all the other ones will be posted. And we will get started for today. So I'll spend some time going over a concept, and then you guys can, feel free to ask any question you have during the chat. I'll try to keep an eye on it. And then we'll go into Q&A and see what I can help you with. So give me a second and I will share the PowerPoint that we will go over today. So as you know, Epic has added binary options trading. So that's kind of what I want to go over today, specifically how to fund your live account when you're ready to do that. So that's what we'll be going over. So binary options, just for a quick review, what is it? How is it different from Forex? Well, it's prediction based. You're going to make a trade based on the decision, will price be above or below a certain price? That's called your strike price. And it's based on a certain time frame. So just like with Forex, when you're on TradingView, you can choose if you're on the hour chart or the daily or the 5-minute. You do the same thing with binary options. You choose a time frame, and you're going to choose if you're going to take a 30-second trade, a minute trade, an hour trade, and you're going to make a decision if price is going to be above or below, and you're either going to win or lose. That's where the binary comes in: 0 or 1, true or false, all or nothing. So the good part is that you can use technical analysis. You can actually use similar or the same technical analysis, indicators that you use in Forex. So if you love specific EMAs with your Forex trading, you can put those on your binary chart and try that out. Lots of different technical indicators that you can use. And a cool thing that is totally different with binary options trading, different than Forex, is that you can decide how much money you want to risk every time you trade. So let's say you have a $100 account. You can decide, on this trade, I'm going to risk $10. So win or lose, you can own the max that you can lose will be that $10. And then the way you get paid is depending on if you're trading a Forex pair, or a cryptocurrency or commodities, there's a certain percentage, and maybe it may pay 90%. So if you win that trade and you risk $10, you'll receive 90% of $10, which is $9. So it's a great way to compound and grow your account, and lots of training options during the week for binary. So that's pretty exciting. So here is a picture, and we're going to talk about one particular broker. So the same way you have different brokers with Forex, the same thing happens with binary options. So one particular broker that we've been using here is Pocket Option. And one thing that's different in binary is most of the binary options brokers require you to have a funded live account before they will give you a demo to practice in. So that's a really big difference. But fortunately, Pocket Option allows you to have a demo even if you don't have any money in your live account. So that's what we've been going over, is Pocket Option. So here's a screen of what a demo account, how it looks. And we'll go over this live as well. I just want to show you in PowerPoint first. So in the upper left corner, this is where you choose what you're gonna trade. This is showing CAD JPY, a Forex pair. You can choose your time frame, put your indicators on it. That's what these tools over here will allow you to do. And then when you're ready to make a trade, if you think price is going to be higher, then you're going to click on this green button here. It's actually called a call. And if you think the price is going to be lower, then you would use this red button, which is also called a put. So call and put. Call if price is going to be higher, put if price is going to be lower. And then in the upper right corner, you can click on trades and you can watch the trade live based on your open trades, and anything that you've already traded, you can view here in closed. So there are lots and lots of icons all over Pocket Option, but that's sort of like the general ones that you need to get started with. Okay, so when you sign up for Pocket Option, let me go back here. In the upper left corner, if you click on trade, that's how you choose if you're going to be working in your demo account or your live account. So I definitely recommend staying in demo as long as you want. When you're ready to fund your live account, you're going to click this icon here to go to your quick trading real account. And then you're going to click on finance. So this is where you will put money in, and when you're ready to make a withdrawal, you'll come here as well. So click on the finance option and then click on deposit, because we want to load the account. And depending on where you're located, the options for loading your account may differ. So for me, being in the US and being in Georgia, the only options that I have available are to load using cryptocurrency. So there's some different cryptocurrency options available. The most popular is to use Bitcoin. That's what a lot of us are familiar with. So I'll go through some steps and show you how you can use Cash App to buy some Bitcoin and load your account. So once you click on Bitcoin, you're going to choose the amount that you're going to load your account with. Now, it will tell you that the minimum amount is $50. So that's what the rule is. But here's the good news. You can place 50 here, but I've done it several times. You can load 25 or lower than 50. You just have to put 50 here in this denomination. Now, I also want to talk about this bonus. The way that I've been taught, you do not want to use this bonus. I think they'll give you an extra 20%. The problem is, or the issue is, when it's time to withdraw, then there's some stipulations. You can't get all of your money out based on how much of the bonus that you received. So if they gave you an extra, $10, then if your account was at 200 and you wanted to pull all that out, there would be some stipulations because of this bonus. So I was told, and that's what I recommend, make sure that this use bonus is turned off the way it's shown now. It'll be a different color if you click on it to activate it. So I don't use that. So once you put in the amount that you want to fund your account with, you're going to get a Bitcoin address, and it's going to tell you how much Bitcoin that translates to. So if you're not familiar with Bitcoin, it looks like a really long decimal. So the $50 that I put in on the previous screen, this is the decimal equivalent in Bitcoin. Okay, so you got to get used to that format. And this square button here with the black pixels in it, it's called a QR code. So there are kind of two ways that you can use to transfer your Bitcoin in. You can either give whoever you buy the Bitcoin from, you can give them this long Bitcoin address, or it's easier if you just take a picture of the QR code and it kind of zaps the money in. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to switch over to Cash App and show you how to buy Bitcoin and how to literally zap it into your pocket option account. Now, if you're outside of the US, Cash App may not be available to you. So you would have to use another processor to buy your Bitcoin and send it. So the steps and screenshots are going to be different if you're not using Cash App, but the principle is the same. You're going to buy Bitcoin and you're going to send it to that pocket option account. So I'm showing my Cash App. Now, I've been working with various team members, and it used to be that all of these icons here at the bottom look the same. If you had iPhone, if you had Android, now I think they're coming up with a couple of differences. So some of these icons may look different on your icon, but you'll still be able to get to it. So this first icon, let's just go over what they are. The first icon at the bottom is the banking icon, kind of looks like a bank or a little house. Then if you have a cash card, that's what this second icon is for. This first one, this third one is what I'm showing here if you want to request money or send money to someone. And then this is an investments icon. This is where we're going to actually buy our Bitcoin. And then this last icon over here just shows you your history. So if you've sent money out, you can go there and see your history, or if you've received money in. So you want to select the investment icon. So whatever that looks like on your Cash App, click on that. And this second screen is what you'll see. At the top, you'll see stocks and Bitcoin. So you want to click on Bitcoin and then press buy. You'll see this third screen here, and it has the amounts that you can buy. Now, let's say you only wanted to put $30 or $40 in. You could click on the three dots, the ellipsis icon here, and then manually type in the amount you want. So let's say I did $45. I'm going to click next. So then I'll have a couple of screens to just confirm that I want to purchase the Bitcoin, and then press done. Now there are some verification steps that you'll have to go through if you're using Cash App or another website to buy your Bitcoin. So once you've purchased it, how can you be sure that it's now in your account? You're going to come back to this house or banking icon, and it's going to show you the amount of Bitcoin that you have. And you have an option to deposit it or send it. So quick recap. We came into Cash App and we purchased it. So this screen is showing us how to buy our Bitcoin. Now we're going to come back to this banking icon and it's going to show us the Bitcoin that we bought in dollar amount. So I don't know if you guys are listening to Jeffrey Rojas and all of his crypto currency classes, but a really cool way, if you have never purchased Bitcoin before and you just you may be a little intimidated by, the new technology, you can use Cash App or wherever you go to buy cryptocurrency if you're not in the US, and you can just let it sit there. And if the price of Bitcoin goes up, you'll see this number go up. Unfortunately, it works both ways. If the price of Bitcoin goes down, you'll see this dollar amount in Bitcoin go down as well. So that's a nice kind of a side way to experiment with buying Bitcoin as an investment. I had a friend that just kind of bought some Bitcoin and let it sit there for a few months and grew it by a nice percentage when Bitcoin was rising up. All right, so we've purchased our Bitcoin. It's sitting in our Cash App. The last step is to get it over to Pocket Options. So how do we do that? Well, from the last screen, we're going to click on Send Bitcoin. And pay attention to this little camera icon. So here's the way that I do it that works kind of well. I'm using Cash App on my cell phone, okay? So I have Cash App on my phone. I have my laptop open, and that's where I'm using Pocket Option. So when you press this little camera, then Cash App is going to work with your phone and pull up your actual camera. And now you can take a picture. So if you point your phone to your computer where this QR code is, it's automatically gonna take this long Bitcoin address and send it to Cash App. So it saves you a step if you use this camera icon. You don't have to copy and paste this long Bitcoin address. Just click on this icon and literally take a picture of the screen with this QR code. And now you don't have to worry about your Bitcoin address. So now all you have to do is type in the amount of Bitcoin that you want to send. And I typically just type in this whole amount. So one thing about Bitcoin that's a little tricky is, this figure here, let me use my arrow. Okay, so this figure here is the exact amount of Bitcoin that I need to send, right? But I can't type in that exact amount here because there are fees. There's a fee from Cash App when you bought it. There's a fee when you send it over to Pocket Option. So I normally do a couple of extra dollars to cover those fees. So if I wanted to deposit $40 in my live account, when I come to Cash App or wherever I'm buying my Bitcoin, I'm probably going to do 42 or 43 just to make sure I've covered those fees. So then I'll put in this entire amount here, and then I'll press send. And there'll be like a quick screen to do a confirmation, and that's it. That's how you get money into your live account. All right, and it's super fast. It takes about maybe 10 to 15 minutes max. Sometimes it's as quick as 5 minutes to fund your account. So it's super, super fast. So before we go over to Pocket Option and we look at it live, I wanted to talk to you about one particular indicator. So I've been following Sauce. He is one of the epic educators for binary. He does a class a couple times a week at 3:30 p.m. He's super easy to follow. And he has about 5 or 6 indicators that he puts on the chart. So I thought it might be helpful if we just kind of isolate one at a time to kind of get you familiar with each indicator so that when you're ready to go to that class, you won't be overwhelmed by seeing all of those indicators, at one time on one chart. So the indicator that I wanted to show you guys today is called the CCI, and it stands for the Commodity Channel Index. So to keep this really, really simple, this is what it looks like on your chart. You can choose, what color the line is and how thick it is. But basically, based on the research that I've done, when the CCI dips above this 100 number, that's a good time to buy. And when the CCI dips below this negative 100, that's a good time to sell. So let me switch over to my demo account and show you guys the CCI in real time. And then we will be done. All right, so here is pocket option in one of my demo accounts. And here is my CCI here at the bottom. So just like I showed you on the PowerPoint, here is where you choose what you're going to trade. So here are the currency pairs. We can click here. Here are all the currency pairs that are available. And there's a percentage next to each one. So one school of thought is, the higher the percentage, that's, a higher payout. That may also mean that that pair is more volatile at the moment. So one school of thought is I'm going to go with the highest, payout so that I can get the most profit. Another school of thought is, well, maybe I'll get something that's kind of moderate. Maybe it's not moving as volatile. So there's crypto pairs that you can trade. When Sauce does his class, he kind of concentrates on the commodities. So I've been focusing on those as well. Really high payouts, 80, sometimes 90%. And then there are all sorts of stocks as well. So this next icon, we're on candlesticks, and this is where you choose your time frame. The S stands for seconds, the M for minutes, and the H is the hour. So as you can see, I'm on the 5 second, it goes super fast. And then this icon is where you choose your indicators. So this is where it's kind of similar to TradingView. You have your moving averages here, which you're familiar with. Maybe you've seen the Bollinger Bands. There's the RSI. I know we've talked about that before in class. So here is where I chose the CCI. And then you can, once your indicator shows up, you can click on this X to get rid of it. And then you can click on the pencil icon to sort of change your settings, the color, background, and things of that nature. So what I want to show you is how it works. So, and maybe I will hide some of these indicators just to make it a little easier to see. All right, so now we're just looking at our candles. So notice here, if you come down, this is where the CCI poked above 100, right? So right here at this green candle. And what did price do after that? It kind of skyrocketed up. Okay, let's look at this example. Here is another place where the CCI came above the 100, and here's a real move up. So you definitely could have cleared several trades here. So it definitely would have helped you there. Let's scroll over. Here's another place where the CCI dipped up. The move actually started before that. So these are just different examples where you can use the CCI to see when price is going to move up. So every time it kind of dips above the 100, price kind of takes off a little bit. Now, the way that Sauce teaches it is that the CCI kind of gives you the move a few seconds before it happens. So here, as the CCI kind of hit this lower point, this indicates a move up, right? And then you can follow it. This indicates a move down. And what's really cool is that you can put this on TradingView and use it on your timeframes in Forex as well. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. Any questions? Feel free to put it in the chat or come off mute.
Thank you. I just have a quick question. I was following, you said when it dips above the 100, that's a good indicator for a buy. And then when it falls below 200, that's usually a good indicator for a sell. And then
negative 100 for the sell.
Oh, negative 100. Okay, I heard you wrong. I'm sorry about that.
Yep. And so that's why I, because when I first had the CCI indicator on, I didn't have the background because I typically don't like to see the background. But then it was hard to kind of tell, well, when is it dipping above the 100 and when is it dipping below the negative 100? So I went back and said, let me put the background back on it. Kind of doesn't really matter what color you make it. And so now that background is at the 100 level and it stops at the negative 100. So I'm really looking, when is this, well, maybe the color does matter. Let's go back to that yellow color for more of a contrast, or maybe even white. Yeah, anything that'll give you a nice contrast. So I'm basically looking for when is the CCI dipping outside of that rectangular box, above it or below it. So Sauce talks a lot about the Bollinger Bands. So I typically have those on the chart. And basically your Bollinger Bands, if you're not familiar with those, it kind of tracks price and kind of, we've talked about channels before. It kind of gives you a channel, an ongoing channel as price is moving. So in general, a general strategy is you definitely want to sell when price is, at or near the top of the Bollinger Band, kind of like resistance. And you definitely want to buy when price is here at the bottom, kind of like support. So your bands are like your support and resistance, or just like a channel, just like trend lines. So binary options is pretty fun. The cool part is that typically I'm trading New York session. So I like to do binary at night in Asia when things may be in consolidation. And guess what? It's open on the weekend. On the weekend, you can trade these commodities 24/7. So it's great to kind of practice there. You can use your demo account and it's pretty cool. So let's just see, price is getting near the top of this Bollinger Band. So I just pressed the green button because my CCI kind of dipped above slightly the 100. So this is a 30-second trade. This is in my demo account. I'm risking $50 for this one trade. Let's see what happens. If I click on trade here, I can track it. I have 12 seconds left. Right now I'm winning. Let's see what's going to happen. As long as this stays green, then I have a winner. It's going to be close. All right. Oh, I just won it just in time. Congratulations. Congratulations. You have earned $90. I can come here in my closed account and see the outcome here. So that's an example of how you take a trade. And again, you can find the time frame that works best for you. I'm a scalper at heart, so the fast-paced 30-second trade doesn't bother me. I kind of like it. But if you're more of a intraday trader or a swing trader, then you can click here and choose different expiration times. Your expiry or expiration time is how long you're holding the trade. So it's pretty fun. I like it. Now, obviously, if you join Epic on Monday, You may not want to dive into binary on Wednesday. You know, Forex has a lot of concepts that can that you got to get accustomed to, but it's nice to know that you know, there's just more ways to apply that same technical analysis that you're learning in Forex. You know, it's not necessarily a different world, it's just a different way to use those technical indicators. Any other questions? What do you guys think?
Looks good. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Let me check the chat, make sure I haven't missed any questions. All right. Are you guys sure? Nothing else you want to ask about binary wise before we call it a class?
Is it possible you could do like a quick example, please?
Of a live trade?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just did one and I won it. Let's see if we can find another one. So when I'm trading, I typically have more indicators on here. All right. At that point, I just placed a sell. I think price may be below this red marker here. So let's come into the trade window. Right now, I'm winning. Let me close it so you can watch price.
So from my understanding, price just has to be like below or above your strike, I believe. That's what I wrote down, strike price.
Yes. And okay, so we won that trade. Congratulations, you earned $90. So 2 for 2. So there are kind of two schools for thought. You can take a sell when price is near the top of the Bollinger Band. That should give you enough room for 30 seconds. Likewise, when price is near the bottom, you really got to know price action and your candlesticks. You know, Coach Max always talks about the candlestick Bible. It is so helpful for binary options because, you know, here's an example of, does anyone know what chart pattern this is? These 3 candles? Well, it's not perfectly, but it kind of looks like a morning star. Exactly. Yeah. That would give you confirmation that you would have time to do a call, use the green button, and you would definitely have 30 seconds worth to clear that trade. You could actually do several trades. Now, the other school of thought, if you don't want to take the trade from the top of the Bollinger Band or the bottom, is what I like to do is have, and this works with all different sorts of moving averages, but I love the 10 and the 20 that Sham teaches. I use that scalp strategy every day. But basically, and you don't really have to have those on there, but here's that red line is the middle of your Bollinger Band. I'm making a split-second decision to see if price is going to respect this uptrend, respect the middle of the Bollinger Band and bounce off of it as it did here. So here, when price came down and showed rejection of this middle of the Bollinger Band, you could do a buy, a call, and you could have cleared several trades. The trade that I just took here was it obliterated that Bollinger Band, and I took a sell, the middle of it, and I was able to clear that trade. So is that making sense? You can do a sell when price is at the top of the band. You can do a buy when price is near the bottom of the Bollinger Band. What I like to do, I find it a little easier, is making a decision when price is in the middle. Here, I'm in an uptrend. So typically for an uptrend, price is going to retest the middle of this Bollinger Band, which is my red line. And for my Bollinger Band, you can make that red line any color. Mine just happens to be red. So for this uptrend, price should, for the most part, it didn't here, but it should respect it and shoot back up. Respect it and shoot back up. That's just basic price action. So when it didn't do that, that was my clue to take a sell here. So I like trading the middle of the Bollinger Band. But, you know, now that I know this tip about the CCI, I may start experimenting with that and taking buys when it dips above, and taking sales when it dips below here. So that's why
And last question. So
oh, yeah, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, your question.
Thanks. So I guess my question would be like, in terms of the time frames and stuff like that, is there like a difference? Like, do you gain more for trading a longer time, or do
you don't, which is why I love the 30-second. Why not get paid fast, you know?
Yeah, cause I see some people like on Instagram, stuff like that. They do like 3 minute trades and stuff like that, and then there's other people I see them doing 30 seconds, 1 minute. So I thought it was like a difference, or is it just a preference thing? Or
yeah, I think it's preference. When I was first introduced to binary options, like over a year ago, we were trading like on the hour time frame. So it was you had a lot more time for the trade to mature. And it's really about studying, one or two pairs and learning how that pair moves, how fast it moves. Now that I'm aware of the 30-second trade, I don't think I'll ever do anything longer than that. That kind of works for me. And take a look when price obliterated this, the middle of the Bollinger Band. Now it's starting a downtrend, and look at how it respects the middle. So it comes up, retested, comes back down, comes up, retested, comes back down, and it does the same thing several times. So these are all sells that you can take from the middle. And you'll have 30 seconds to clear those trades. And then when it obliterates it, we'll have to see if it's going to turn back into an uptrend. Great question.
Thanks.
Sure. Any other questions? Like I said, I like to practice it at night. When you get into a groove, it's really good to do like maybe 5 to 10 trades and then kind of let that be it for a session. You don't want to overtrade. I found that mentally I'll be in a good groove. And then if I start losing, it's better to stop and then call it good for the day. And it can be really profitable. Over the weekend, I turned like a $40 account into over 200. So it's definitely profitable.
But what pairs were you trading on the weekend, Tasha?
Commodities.
Oh.
Hi, Neri. Yeah, the commodities is normally 4 available. And yeah, these are open 24/7, and they normally have the highest payout.
Oh, okay.
And the cryptos, I think, are open 24/7, but as you can see, that payout is 40%. So those weren't recommended. So I typically kind of stick with the commodities.
Okay.
And sometimes if I don't like the pattern that I'm seeing, if I don't see something that I can trade, then I'll even dabble in the stocks. Because there's so many to choose from. If you're trading based on if you're trying to be patient and looking for certain conditions, you can just kind of, skip around until you see that.
Okay.
This is really about timing.
Yeah.
Especially for me, because and this was Salsa's recommendation. I don't think I ever would have used the 5-second chart on my own. I hesitated to do it. I did, but it's really cool because to me it's kind of like I love the 1 minute in Forex because I can study price action and get so much practice on my entries for scalping. So this allows you to see the entire move, to know the picture, to see what it's doing. So it's pretty exciting. But it's the same movement no matter what the time frame is. If you go to the hour, let's do that. Let's go to the hour time frame. Let me kind of squeeze this in. Oh, that's a crazy move. But look at this. We still see a downtrend, and it's still respecting, the middle Bollinger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So price action is price action no matter the time frame.
No matter what, yeah.
Yeah. Look at this nice uptrend. It goes to the top, comes down, respects the middle. So, these would be good buy entries. Every time it comes down and kisses the middle of the band, you could have cleared several trades here. So I think, it depends on your personality and if you want, a more patient approach or if you want it, quick and fast. But yeah, this Bollinger Band is pretty exciting. You can use that. I've actually put it on my Forex chart as well. It's super.
I was just about to say that, yeah, you could. There's another indicator called the Dolcian channel.
Ooh.
It looks almost like the Bollinger Bands.
Yeah.
And like I don't remember how I came across it the other day, and I like it.
Ooh. Put that in the chat. Do you know how to spell it?
Yeah.
Can you place that in there for us? I would love to check that out. Oh, gotcha. Good to know. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So what's really cool about Sauce, and this just it just makes me laugh, that he literally trades binary and Forex the exact same way. So when he's trading Forex, he has the Bollinger Band, and when he's trading binary, he has the Bollinger Band, and he's literally trading the exact same way. I find that super amazing and exciting.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because it's similar. It's just that with binary, I find that it's all about time. So you're putting or you're calling or whatever it is, and it needs to be by that time. That's it, right. Really. But once you know the trend, then you know how to trade it.
Absolutely. And so the trend, that's how we make money in Forex. And that's really how you make money in binary, because look at this uptrend. You have so many trades that you can take because it's in this solid uptrend.
Yeah.
So that's the key and you can use your technical indicators to help you know that you're in a trend, and that's it. That's it. I'm super excited about it.
I have two quick questions.
Sure.
I might have missed them from earlier. All right. So first one, is it possible to trade with the line chart as well?
Yeah. So if you come here,
okay,
instead of candles, you can choose the line chart. So there you go.
I see everybody trades mostly the line chart from what I've been seeing so far.
Yeah.
And then like this morning, that was the first time I've seen someone trade with candles. So.
I like the candles because it reminds me more of Forex. But yeah, the line chart is available for you.
I prefer the candles too. My second question would be, well, what's like the difference between like the other brokers? Like, I'm trying to think. Like, there's one like race options, I believe.
Yeah, race option is probably one of the most popular. The main advantage and difference with the race option is that let's say I did a 30-second trade and I realized 20 seconds in it, I was not going to win the trade, right? You can use a rollover option.
Right?
Yeah, remember back in the day with cell phones, when if you didn't use all your minutes, you could roll it over to the next month. We don't have that anymore, but yeah, that's exactly what you can do. You can roll over, you'll get paid a little less, but it's not so cut and dry. You won't just lose right away. So that's the advantage of race options, is that you get that rollover. So one of the epic traders, Tev, he loves race option. That's what he trains and does live trades on. And they use that rollover all the time. Sauce uses pocket option. There is no rollover. So now you can't get the demo with race option. So you'll just have to go for that live account. But that's why we started with pocket option, so we can practice. That's pretty much the main difference. All the rest kind of look the same. Some will say call and not have a green button, and then it'll say put and not have a red button. But that's the main difference.
Okay, thanks. Oh, what about what about like other ones? Like, are there any other ones that you would
Oh
recommend?
yeah, there's IQ option.
Yeah, IQ. There we go. I heard of that one too.
Yeah, I think I used that a little bit, but at the top of my head, I can't think of a big difference between race option and IQ option. I believe it has the rollover. Now, something that's really, really different, and maybe we'll do a class on it one day, is NATEX. NATEX is US based. So I'm sure that's why Epic didn't go with NATEX, because we're
Yeah, I
international.
never heard of that one.
Yeah, NATEX is a little, it's a little different. It's a horse of a different color. I think this is better. The pocket option, race option, IQ option, all of these are similar. NATEX is a horse of a different color, but it's what I learned on. So we'll probably do a class on that. But yeah, pocket option and race options are kind of like your most popular two.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, once we're a few months into this and people are, using pocket option, eventually we'll get to race option. I just didn't want to start off with it because there's no way to demo. And you definitely want to practice this. And so, yeah, click on trading, and that's how you can choose between your demo account and your live account. And, like I said, there are so many options and icons here, but we just kind of wanted to keep it simple. So choose what you're trading here, choose your time frame on this second option. Use this third icon to put any indicators on that you want. And then when you're ready, place your trades and click here on trades to see how it's playing out. And that's it, guys. So, each week we'll just kind of talk about a different indicator. And that way, when you go to Sauce's class, you won't be overwhelmed by the 5 or 6 that he has on his chart all at once. So if there's nothing else, I will get this recording placed on YouTube, and I'll see y'all next time. Happy trading.